Entiende las reglas? ¿Todo bien? Understand the rules? Everything good? Toca las manos, touch gloves? Touch glove. Touch them up, touch. Tocan, tocan. Suerte.
You heard of
Thank you, Mikey.
southpaw versus orthodox. This is southpaw versus unorthodox.
Ready,
Maidana is an awkward fighter. We've seen him go down to the head and to the body early in fights, but he always gets up to give the other guy hell, win or lose. And except for twice, and it was close both times, he's always won.
Maidana fought in September in Argentina, a fight that he promoted and dusted Peter Petrov in the 4th round. You saw Alexander here on HBO's Boxing After Dark back in June with a 10-round split decision against Lucas Matisse. In fact, I thought Matisse actually edged him. In fact, there was booing in his hometown when the decision was announced.
It was a very good fight, a very close fight, and I think Maidana may have beaten Matisse 2 out of 3 times as an amateur, so I think that's part of why he took the fight, because he feels like he's better and much more of a puncher than Matisse. And if Matisse dropped Alexander, he's saying that he thinks he can knock him out probably.
Or do you buy sort of the Alexander with his last couple fights, especially the last one where he kind of faded, and some of the other ones that the weight was an issue, and that at 147, that's not something he's going to have to worry about?
It very well could have been. He looks much more filled out here. We won't be able to tell until about the 8th or 9th round, but he does look much more filled out. His body looks firm and much more stronger than it did at 40, so we'll find out.
Said he wasn't relaxed.
And he
Said
does
he rushed things too much. Good left hand by Alexander.
Which hurt Maidana.
Yeah, and he does look relaxed tonight a lot much more than he has been in the past.
And that's a very good sign, that left hand early, because it's not Alexander trying to force the action. It's him waiting for the fight to come and counter it.
It's a good stiff jab, too, by Alexander that stopped Maidana right in his tracks.
That was a good right body shot by Maidana, too.
Push off, push off, push off.
Roy, knowing that Alexander has had some fading issues, I would think that Maidana is going to want to go to that body and test that body.
That looks like his plan early in the fight.
Meanwhile, Roy, Alexander's a very hard body puncher, and we've seen Maidana dropped by Amir Khan to the body early.
Yeah, and as soon as Alexander gets an opportunity, he will test his body because he knows that he's been down from body shots.
Knocking Maidana down is not the hard part. Keeping him down.
I wouldn't be surprised if Devin dropped him with a headshot here quickly, because he's throwing some really sharp headshots. And Maidana does go down from headshots, but like he just said, he gets back up, and that's when the problem starts.
The right hand by Maidana, left hand from Alexander.
See, Alexander absorbed that shot much better than he would have at 140.
I also don't mind seeing him get hit with that shot, because when Alexander's at his best, he's not trying to force things, he's not running, he's the consummate boxer puncher. We saw that against Urango.
And that's what he's doing right now.
So sometimes he's in range to be hit, but it's because he's also doing some hitting.
Good counter right hand.
Watch your head, watch your head.
Very smart move.
Alexander.
Very smart movement by Alexander.
End of round number 1. Trainer Kevin Cunningham out to talk to Alexander.
Every time, just like you do. You got a bead on him. I need a bottle of water up here, man. I need a bottle of water. What you got? Come up here empty-handed. Take your time. Box. Touch him, step, and keep stepping over. He'll be trying to get up on you, get up on you, throw a right hand. All right? Take your time, relax, take a deep breath. Let it out. Looking good.
Let's go, everything's good. Straighten your legs. Good defense. That's it, good defense.
Vamos, Marquito. Vamos, Siempre visita afuera y llévatelo.
Step to the outside.
Again, round number 2, scheduled for 10. In the first round, Alexander 9 of 39 with his punches, according to CompuBox. Maidana 7 of 22, but of those 7 connects, 5 of 8 in the power category.
Maidana coming
Come
out
on,
much
hold on.
more
Hey,
aggressively
don't punch,
in this
don't-
round.
hey,
Uses his shoulder
Come on, come on.
as Steve Smoger was asking for a break.
I thought he warned the wrong guy for hitting on the brake. But this is what Maidana wants to do. He wants to turn into a punching match because that's his only chances of really winning this fight.
And remember, it's only 10 rounds.
A good body shot by Maidana.
Maidana really does hit like a middleweight, even at 140 pounds. But so far, Roy, it looks to me that the weight increase has benefited Alexander. He does look more comfortable and naturally filled out at the weight.
Yes, he does.
No,
And Maidana doesn't look bad at 147 himself.
Maidana winging those big, wide shots.
He knows that he has to make it a dog fight to try to get Alexander into those late rounds.
Yeah, we're going to find out about Alexander's newfound stamina at this new weight. Let's see if Maidana makes this hard for 4 or 5 rounds, where Alexander is then.
No golpe, no golpe. No punch, no golpe, no golpe.
One of the intriguing things about this matchup, when it was announced, the boxing world was excited because on paper it would seem that Maidana suits Alexander's style, but in the ring, Maidana finds out about what guys have on the inside. And there have been questions about Alexander after the Bradley fight, where he appeared to quit after sustaining an injury due to a headbutt.
Good shot by Alexander.
Left hand scored.
Since then, Alexander
punch,
did
no
fight
punch,
tough
no
against
golpe.
Matisse down the stretch in a rugged fight.
Don't punch.
I tell you, the only other thing is, and I hope it's like I hope it's just something he does, because I usually don't like when Alexander starts to grunt with his punches. It's usually a sign that he's starting to wear a little bit. And I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping he's just getting the rhythm with it tonight.
He's not relaxed enough.
Right, that's what it usually is. And I was hoping to get to about 5 or 6 rounds before we start seeing that,
Watch behind
or hearing that.
Watch behind the head on the spin.
And of round number 2, a round in which Maidana definitely picked up the pressure.
Dude, man, just for you, man. Why you? Don't get wound up in these fights, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta do nothing but relax. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Give me some sponge on the back of his head. Now, if you box and you feint and you touch him and slide, you can do this all night. And you ain't got to do nothing but step around and slide around. All right? And tie him up like you're doing when you're on the inside. But you won't even have to, only when you want to be on the inside, when you want to rest. All right?
Right here you see Maidana come forward with a straight right lead that was down the middle, but it kind of fell short. And Alexander countered with a beautiful right hook. These are the type things we used to see Alexander do to great fighters.
Yeah, and in that round, Maidana landed 12 of 33 of his power shots. And let's bring in our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
Okay, Buck, I've got a 2-0, 20-18, Devin Alexander. But I got to tell you something. I'm really unhappy with the work of Steve Smoger. Devin Alexander lands a shot and he grabs, and that's not right. His key defense is to grab. Look at this. He's doing it over and over and over again. Now, if you're the referee, you say, hey, you got to stop holding. You got to stop holding. 4 or 5 times you take a point. I mean, that's all there is to it. Alexander winning because he landed more shots. Maybe not this round, but be as it may, Smoger can't let him get away with all that holding. 2-0, Alexander.
I gotta tell you, I hate fighters who clinch excessively. In this case, I think that the southpaw versus, as I said, unorthodox style of Maidana is as much to blame for those clinches as Alexander's defensive strategy. Alexander's moving his hands.
Come on.
And there's been good action so far.
Yeah, it has. Well, to me, I think as powerful punches Maidana is, Alexander's doing a smart thing to time up his side.
No. Don't punch him when you got his head locked. Come on. Both of you fight clean.
Well, you know what,
Come
though?
on.
This is kind of unfolding into a fight for Maidana, though.
It is,
It's
because it
getting
turned to
rough.
a dog fight.
I actually thought Maidana might have won the second round, and he's just coming after Alexander.
He may have hurt
Hey,
Alexander
don't
a
punch.
little bit
No,
there.
no golpe, no golpe.
I felt Alexander won the second round comfortably. But it started to turn in that round into Maidana's kind of fight. And it's remained that way.
Hey, don't punch him when the head's underneath. No punch, no golpe, conclude. Come on.
Good shot.
You heard Kevin Cunningham tell Alexander to relax.
Oh, Alexander's cut over his right eye.
That is something that he has dealt with time and time again. Happened against Bradley, Matisse, Patelnik, cutting all of those fights.
And now,
Hey, don't punch, don't punch.
the clinches in certain respects, I think,
Step out.
are counterproductive for Devin because it's resulting in him only throwing one or at best two punches at a time. Maybe he'd be better served letting his hands move a little bit more, landing that 3-4-5, Roy.
No, because if he throws that 3-4-5 and with his
Hey,
hands
don't
like
punch,
that,
no
that's right.
golpe.
Madonna's going to come between it, and he'll find himself sitting down. So he's doing the right thing by throwing one or two and then grab. Like that.
Good
There's
counter
a shot by Alexander.
There's 3 or 4, and it did good things for him.
That was 3 then. That was good 3 then. Smart
Break,
3.
break, break,
But he
break,
better not
break.
throw no more than 3 right now.
All right, I'll settle with you on a smart 3. Go to work. Look.
You good. If I could just get
Touch
you
the
to
punch.
If I could get you to relax. If you can relax, you good. Don't start that shit, man. This what you do. You need to fucking relax. You know? Relax. Relax. Take a deep. Swallow the water. Swallow the water. Take a deep breath. Take it.
Ahí está, ¿eh? Eso es, estira
Straighten
bien el
up your
piecito,
legs.
estira el piecito, Marco.
Straighten your legs out, Marco.
Vamos, ¿eh?
Let's go. Keep doing the same thing. Doing good. Careful when you go off the clinches.
Well, we begin round number 4. According to referee Steve Smoger, the cut on the right eye of Alexander was caused by a punch. All of Maidana's 16 connects in that last round were power shots.
Break, break, break.
Alexander hit
Come
on
on.
17 of 52.
I like Kevin Cunningham in the corner telling Devin to relax.
He's trying to tell him the right thing.
Yeah, because
Hey, no
Maidana's
golpe,
like
no
a
golpe, no
hurricane.
golpe.
You know, he
No golpe, no
puts people
golpe.
in this storm.
No golpe, no
And
golpe.
it's like Kevin's telling Devin, you got to find the eye of the hurricane, that space where even though it's chaotic,
Punch
you're
out,
still
punch
calm.
out, punch
That's right.
out.
And they just
Don't
swapped
punch,
low
step,
blows
step.
there. And I don't think Smoker caught it. But both of them just hit each other with a low blow just now.
So Roy, when Kevin Cunningham says to Alexander, relax, okay, that's one thing to relax. But now when he's in the ring in front of Maidana, what should Alexander be doing technically?
Use that jab to keep Maidana from attacking so erratically. You use that jab and keep him at bay, you'd be much better off and you can relax because you got him controlled with the jab. He's not controlling with a jab, and it's causing him to get a little erratic himself.
And he's allowing Maidana to be first, like right there.
Just like that. You're exactly right. And that's why Cunningham's concerned, because he sees that Maidana's starting to get what he wants, and Devin is starting to tire because he's not relaxed.
Let him out, Dev, let him out.
Like that. He attacked first that time. That's what he has to do. See, if he attack first like that, he'll be okay. But he won't keep doing it.
Maidana's faced some very big punchers in his career and has been down, including against Victor Ortiz in a fight he stormed back to win.
Good left hand by Alexander.
Devin's punches here are having a real effect on him, it seems.
Yeah, when Devin's first, he's very much a beautiful thing to watch. Because when he's first, he's giving Maidana
Don't
blues.
punch, don't punch.
Maidana just snuck a good body shot in too. Good shot by Alexander.
Don't punch, step. No golpe, no golpe.
Devin's flashing power in both hands, that right hook and that left hand.
Just missed with the uppercut.
Good body shot.
When he's first, it works out well for him.
It slows Maidana down, too.
No foot, no golpe, no golpe.
And that's another thing Kevin Cunningham was trying to tell Devin, is that you don't have to run from him. You can box him and just step around him. See, right there is deadly for Devin because he got caught with a good shot on the chin, but at welterweight, he seems to take it better.
And then he shoots a right left hand and another one.
No golpe, no golpe.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Devin so far.
Good right hook to the body by Alexander, and that's how round 4 ends.
Oh, okay. All right. Give me that, you know.
First punch you move,
Hey,
you'll do all
listen,
right.
all you gotta do is relax.
Yeah.
You're not relaxing, man. If you fucking relax, man,
Right here.
this would be a whole lot
Put your
easier.
head on his neck and leave it.
You just
Close
relax,
your eyes.
man. You gotta relax. Take a deep breath, let it out. Suck a deep breath in, yeah, let it out. You need to blow your nose?
Wait, let me put this nose.
You be first. Come in with the right to the chest. You're throwing it up top and you're missing. Forget about the head. Attack the body.
Vamos.
Okay, let's go.
Vamos, Marquito,
Let's go, Marcos.
And take your time and relax.
Well, in round number 4, Alexander relaxed with his power shots. According to CompuBox, he landed 20 of 48, 42%. And Roy, when he was first in the final 2 minutes of the round,
Step.
he had tremendous success. Let's check in with Max Kellerman in the corner of Devin Alexander.
Kevin, you keep telling Devin to relax. Why?
Because he's still kind of wound up, you know. And when you're excited and wound up,
Let him out, work out.
that'll
Let him
burn
out,
up
sit,
unnecessary energy. So I'm
Let him
trying
out,
to get him to
that's it,
relax
let him out, that's
and
it.
box.
You're also telling him you got this. What do you like that you see?
Well, he's winning the fight clearly, but he needs to box more. It's unnecessary to be in on the inside slugging with this guy.
Meanwhile, when Devin's landing those shots when he's first, as Roy Jones points out ringside, he's very effective in even hurting Maidana.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I told y'all in the fighters meeting. You know, Devin's got power too, but I need him boxing more. This fight could be easy if he would just box.
Thanks, Kevin.
The fighter in him won't let him.
Well, the fighter in him won't let him. Will it turn out to be dangerous?
Yeah, it is going to turn out to be dangerous, and it's getting dangerous now because the fighter in him is causing him to allow Maidana to be close enough to land a big shot, and that's what he doesn't need to do. That's what Kevin's trying to tell him. Relax and just stay away from the guy, step around him, use your shoulders to block, to ward it off, and just use your jab and beat him. You got quicker hands.
Except that the fighter in there with him won't let him either. Maidana's fought Victor Ortiz, Amir Khan, Kotelnik, one good fighter after another, and it's never been easy for any of them. So if it were easy for Devin, it would be a first.
As far as those jab numbers, 13 of 61 for Alexander at this point, according to CompuBox, 21%. Good right hook to the body. Maidana comes back and touches Alexander to the body.
In boxing, easy doesn't mean easy like you people think easy means. Easy means that it's gonna be tough anyway, but you're much more safer doing it the easy way. Nothing in boxing should be easy.
Especially not against Maidana. Eric Morales, I mean, you ask anyone who's ever fought him, even when it goes their way early, somehow this guy is still there throwing bombs late.
And that's what makes him dangerous. See that body attack right there? That'll take that bomb away from him late.
Yeah, in fact, so far, Devin Alexander's probably having the easiest time of all.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, and that's what we said. If you fight like that in boxing, he'd have the easiest time because he has quick hands and he's southpaw.
If this could use Maidana as a barometer, right now Devin looks very good compared to those other star fighters I mentioned.
End of round number 5. Good round for Alexander.
Man, give me some damn excuses, man. Hey, give me some water. Relax. This shit is easy. What the fuck is... Why you... Hey, man. You need to relax, man. Deep breaths. Let it out. All right, one more. Give me another one of them. Yeah, nah, chill. Hey, rest. Let that out. Yeah, man.
He see Alexander come in, well, Maidana come in, and Alexander counter with an overhand left to the ear, which was a beautiful counter left by Alexander. Then he throws the jab, the right, straight left to the body, followed by a good stiff left cross jab. That was a great punch too. Neither punch really caused a lot of problems because they landed high on the head, but they are good clean punches for Devin.
All right, let's check in with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob, I'm looking at 50 to 45. 5 rounds to nothing.
Come on.
Devin Alexander. Bob, I got to tell you, he's very sharp tonight. I mean, you know, 2 really good shots and then he grabs, but he's doing so much damage with those shots that he's landing. Marcos Maidana is really, it's not a real good night for him so far. I mean, he moves in, he lands a couple of shots, but Alexander ties him up, or Alexander ramps him and then ties him up. I mean, you know, the guy who's landing the cleaner, harder, sharper punches, it's very, very clear to the judges, and that's Devin Alexander. 5-0, Alexander.
I agree with Harold. You know, even in the rounds that Maidana does better, I still think that Devin's carrying the rounds with the cleaner, sharper, more effective punches.
Well, that was understood when the fight was made. That's not nothing spectacular because we don't expect Maidana to win the fight on points or with the sharper, cleaner puncher. He's a knockout fighter just like that. But that's all he wants to do is exchange.
But Devin's showing things in this fight that he hasn't shown
lately.
Let me ask you this, where we talked about him feeling stronger at the weight and not as worn down psychologically too, knowing that he only has to go 10 rounds instead of 12 could be a benefit for Alexander.
Yeah, it could. It definitely could.
Some good action here. Devin picking off most of Maidana's shots, landing his own. I think when Kevin Cunningham says relax, he's making a reference really to something Devin mentioned, and we aired it earlier. When he trusts his skills, he's really very effective. And when he tightens up, it feels as though he's not trusting in his skills.
And when you say trust his skills, it's mainly trusting his defense. Because when he doesn't trust his defense is when he begins to tense up too much.
And those shots on offense flow a little easier, land a little harder.
Exactly.
Good body shot by Alexander, shoots a left hand to the head of Maidana.
Wonderful body shot by Alexander.
And relaxed, he wasn't forcing it.
Good shot. That may have hurt Maidana. Good right hook. And that happened because of that body shot.
Yep, and Maidana backs up and takes a left hand and goes down. Oh, it's not being ruled a knockdown.
It was a knockdown, and all that was because of that body shot. Or those body shots.
Looked like a knockdown to me.
It was.
I think maybe because Alexander sort of pushed Maidana down, Steve Smoger wore it off, waved it off, but Maidana in trouble here in the 6th.
And as usual, the fighter who hurts the other guy with a body shot neglects to go back down to the body.
There it was. We're back that time.
End of round 6. Looked like Alexander scored a knockdown. Was not ruled one.
You gotta go. You hurt him with a body shot. You hurt him with a body shot.
One big punch you throw as he comes in is all you need.
You good. You good. You all you need to do, damn it, you working against yourself by being all wound up. You got this.
Come on, you be first. You gotta be first.
Here we go. We see Devin Alexander land a beautiful right hook to the head. The best right hook he's landed all night as Maidana was coming in. Then he comes back and clearly a knockdown with a straight left hand. Bam, right on the button. That was clearly a knockdown. Miscalled by a ref, but sometimes we don't see everything. And maybe because he stayed up and got pushed right there at the end, he didn't call it.
Alexander landed 23 of 50 power shots in the round. Maidana landed 5 punches total as we begin round number 7.
Whenever Maidana's been knocked down, he gets up to knock his man down, or to hurt his man at some point. See if Devin Alexander can be the first to avoid that fate.
If he'll go right back to the body right now, he will be the first to avoid it. But he has to go right back to Maidana's body right now.
Kevin Cunningham told him you hurt him to the body when he got back to the corner.
See, what the body shots did in the last round was they set up the headshots. He got clean headshots because of his body work.
Goes
Like
from the
that.
left to the body and a right to the head.
Like he just did right there.
Come on.
Because Maidana, like every other human being in the world, doesn't like it to the body.
Oh,
Good
good shot.
right-left combination by Alexander.
Oh, I'll tell you what, not just the body shots and the right hooks, but Roy, that straight left hand tonight.
It's beautiful and it looks very powerful.
And accurate, right on the button, as you mentioned.
This is smart though for Alexander to push Maidana back a little bit. Slows that steamroll down a little bit.
I think part of what we're seeing here is the reduced effect of Maidana's power so far on a 147-pounder.
No, I don't think that. I think it's probably showing that the kid can take, Devin can take a better punch at 47 than he could at 40. He's not as drained as he was.
Thumping combinations from Alexander. He looks pretty relaxed, Kevin Cunningham.
Now he does.
Ooh, double right hand, body and head. Straight left hand from Alexander.
And that's what Cunningham means by easy. See how easy that was to land that punch? Because he was relaxed. That's what he means by easy in boxing.
This is much closer to the Alexander who beat Junior Winter and Juan Urango.
You're exactly right.
Made me believe that he was an emerging star a couple years ago.
And Alexander just turned 25 earlier this month.
Should be entering his physical prime.
Good right hook by Alexander.
And a flurry ends round number 7 for Devin Alexander.
He ain't on my side fucking right now. If this is on my side, I don't need him on my fucking side.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Doing beautiful, beautiful. But I need you to spit this out. Swallow that, swallow that, swallow that. Now, deep breath, let it out.
Come on, tell it on the inside. You're throwing up top. Throw it inside. All right. You're waiting too much. Break him into the body.
He see Alexander land a beautiful right hook, straight left combination. Both shots right to the head of Maidana. Maidana took him good and countered with his own body shot. Then he landed a straight left. He stepped outside of Maidana's jab and landed a beautiful straight left right down the pipe.
According to CompuBox, in the last 3 rounds, Maidana has landed a total of 18 punches to Alexander's 57.
And that's what Kevin Cunningham means by make it easy.
Round number 8 underway, scheduled for 10. Maidana pouring in. Alexander did touch him with the left.
And here's a real skill that Alexander can employ, and he has this weapon in his arsenal. When the other guy gets wild, Roy, so long as he's calm, he's a good counterpuncher with real power, and he can stop that kind of aggression cold.
And that's why Kevin wants him to relax and be calm. And to me right now, he would land a few more body shots that would also help the case.
The latest, well, good left hand to the body by Alexander. Hurt Maidana. Combination, rocks back Maidana, and another left hand.
He's much more relaxed now, and it's starting to show on the output of his punches.
And it started with the body shot. Left hand from Alexander.
He's backing Maidana up now.
Straight left hand backs Maidana up again.
Still has to be careful though, because Maidana is still dangerous.
The latest Maidana's ever stopped anybody is the 8th round. We're in the 8th round.
And that's what a counterpuncher with power can do. He can use his opponent's aggression against him by running him into shots. And that's how this round started.
The other thing is he's played rough with the rough guy and he hasn't backed down.
He's got to be careful though, because the rough guy is still very deadly and very dangerous.
And landed a pretty good left uppercut moments ago. Maidana did.
Alexander looking to finish the 8th strongly.
Let's go. You got to take him to the ropes. That's what you have to do. You got to take him to the ropes. Get him, bring him up with that right hand. Throw it. Throw with everything. Load it up. Let's go. It's just 2 rounds. Those are your rounds. Those are your rounds, damn it. Throw it all. What's wrong, Marcos? Let's go. Come on, it's just 2 rounds. Make yourself smaller. Remember the right. Remember the right.
He's the Devin land a lead left hook. Maidana lands a slapping right, and Devin lands a slapping, well, good overhand left. That was a really good punch. They traded good punches there.
Check in once again with Harold Letterman.
Okay, bud. 80-72, 8 rounds to nothing. Devin Alexander. I think Devin's really come home. I mean, he is about as sharp as I've ever seen him. Beautiful, beautiful work with that right hand, the right jab, the right hook, the straight left. Then he ties up Maidana. Maidana can't seem to get into any offensive rhythm whatsoever. He moves inside, and Devin wraps him. Really good, sharp, effective shots. Kind of punches that the judges see. Real good job by Alexander. 8-0, Devin Alexander.
He's used the shots to the body to his advantage.
Yeah, the judges see them, and Maidana feels them. There's no shoe shining or slapping here. Alexander's shown just about everything this fight with a purpose.
And now he's got Maidana trying to protect his body a little bit more, so he's not committing to his punches the way he normally does. Right there, you saw him throw a straight right hand, but pull those elbows back to protect that body.
And by the way, even though it hasn't really been bleeding profusely, Devin's done this for most of the fight with a cut right over his right eye.
Happened in the 3rd round.
And Maidana has a cut over his left eye, but it's not bleeding, but he does have one over his left eye. Good straight left hand by Devin Alexander.
We're definitely seeing a much more fluid Alexander here in the later rounds, more bounce to him. We've seen him at 140, guys. Sometimes he looked anchored into the canvas at this point in the fight.
And he said at the fighter meeting that he has his bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, based on what we've seen here, that claim about 140 pounds draining him is credible. The fact that it affected his performance. I mean, Maidana is not a slick fighter, but neither was Matisse. And he had a much harder time with Matisse, generally considered not quite on Maidana's level. Similar, but between the two, Maidana more popular, at this point more accomplished.
Good body shot by Alexander. Again, he goes left to the body, right back up to the head.
And it makes Maidana keep his hands at home. You see, Maidana couldn't throw a punch to him because he was too busy trying to protect his body.
Quick, hold on. Come here. Timbre, bell.
There's the bell to end round 9. One more to go here in St. Louis, Missouri. HBO's Boxing After Dark.
Just be smart.
Last one, we touch him, John.
Come on, don't let him go. Come on, damn it. You be first, always. Last round. Come on, it's the last one.
Touch and go the whole fucking round. Okay. And then when he get close, tie him up like you're doing. Touch and go. You have to fight wrong, man. Don't do nothing fucking stupid. All right? Box. If he get close to you, tie him up, but touch him when he come to you and slide around. Okay, touch him and go.
The last one, you gotta throw everything. Let's go, damn it. You already got the conditioning. You gotta do his last round.
We begin the 10th and final round. Devin Alexander and Marcos Maidana. In 4 of the last 5 rounds, Maidana has landed single-digit punches according to CompuBox. Alexander has used the body attack, movement, and quickness to control the charging Maidana.
You know, sometimes you hear a trainer tell a guy, just stick, move, hold him if he gets in, and you think, well, wait a minute. Why play it safe? You've been dominating. You hurt the guy. In Maidana's case, it's very good advice.
In most
Alexander's case.
Yeah, no, but I mean, because he's fighting Maidana in particular, that's good advice. And Alexander, to this point, looks like he's won every round.
You know, we talked with Devin yesterday and Kevin Cunningham about, you know, trying to win people over. He said, look, we're going to answer the question no matter how we come out of this thing. And as long as we win, we'll answer any questions that people have had about us over the last couple fights.
The one danger in that kind of advice in the corner is that you start to do things differently, and it gives the opponent chances.
That's not necessarily Devin's temperament, though.
Nope, and early on, he tried to be cautious. Maidana had some moments, and now Alexander's going back to beating him up.
He told him to hit him if he comes in or if he got a chance to. That's why he told him that. Because you can't just let him come free range.
Kevin Cunningham, as usual, has had an excellent night in the corner.
And my thing about Kevin Cunningham, I want to say it now, people don't give enough credit to guys like Kevin Cunningham. Because
brought him up since he's an amateur.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Not only him, he tried to bring up a lot of other guys. A lot of them he just couldn't reach or they didn't receive the message as well. But he's one of those type of guys that every community
Barry
needs.
Hunter with the Peterson.
That's exactly right.
Beautiful. Forget the eye. Don't worry about your eye right now. Stay focused on him.
No.
Hey, Devin, stay focused.
2 of them.
The voice you hear is Kevin Cunningham, the trainer, former police officer in St. Louis, who took 30 kids into a gym to get them off the streets. Of those 39 are dead, 10 are in jail. Devin's been a champion. He stayed on the straight and narrow. And after a rocky 2011, looks like his 2012 is off to a great start.
No one's ever beaten Marcos Maidana like that.
There's the bell to end it. Strong performance by Devin Alexander. For Marcos Maidana, he tried to make it rough, push the attack, charge Alexander, but Roy, it just wasn't enough at 147 pounds.
No, it wasn't, but it turned it into the fight that he needed it to be. Just that Devin is such a superior boxer. And when Devin relaxes and boxes, he makes it very difficult for any opponent.
Harold, why don't you assess the judges here tonight?
You know, Buck, they got some very, very good judges. Maidana wanted all neutrals, and I got him. Glenn Feldman founded the Connecticut Boxing Hall of Fame. He's a member of the Connecticut Boxing Hall of Fame. Very fine judge on the East Coast. John Keane, usually a referee. He also judges. He comes from England. They know him all over the world. He's worked God knows how many title fights. Terrific judge. He'll do a good job. And Cesar Ramos, I consider him the second best judge in Puerto Rico, right behind Nelson Vasquez. You know, I expect a good score from Cesar Ramos.
All right, the judges' cards have been tallied. The man holding those cards, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of dynamite welterweight action, we go to the scorecards. Cesar Ramos, 100-90. Glenn Feldman, also 100-90, and John Kane, 99-91. All to the winner by unanimous decision. The fighting pride of St. Louis, Devin